I know that you have multiple stores, and you mentioned briefly about like scaling, and I think that's one of the major steps to reach the final milestone, to reach financial independence. Many sellers face difficulties right now to scale their business. And how did you overcome this challenge? Can you tell us? Because right now I know we have many viewers that are looking to scale their businesses, and they're looking for answers and for guidance and for tips and strategies. Maybe you could share with us a little bit of your approach to it.
Yeah, for sure. I think first of all was with being in communities and different communities, I was, I was a one store seller. I had one eBay account. It was a very strong account that I'd sold on, like I said previously, 15, I'm 20 years on eBay now. But what I seen over time was there was a lot of sellers come into dropshipping and left again because they got this store restricted. They got their income taken away from them because they only had one store. And then the thought of trying to build that up again was maybe too much for those guys. So, sort of just watching around me, I thought, right, okay, so scaling up is good, but also scaling sideways is a much better move. So I started to scale sideways, not only to increase my own revenue and my own profits, but also to protect the business from, having a restriction or even just
So, like, what's the right moment to scale sideways?
Yeah, so really, really good question. I think, again, some people make this move too fast, but I think once you're profitable with one store and once you really know how to keep your metrics correct with eBay and also your product research side. So this very, very much is a game of two things. It's keeping eBay happy, but also you need to have the correct product. So I feel like when you have one store mastered, this is the right time to start bringing on a second store. And when you have one store that's working well, you just have the blueprint for the second store. So the second store becomes a little bit easier than what the first one was to build up. And then the third one becomes a little bit easier than that. And then before you know it, you could have multiple stores basically running off the same blueprint, or you can use some of those stores to experiment with, different ideas, different suppliers, and you're not affecting your main business so much. So you can have a little play around without really upsetting or rocking the boat too much.
Mm-hmm.
So really, as soon as you can master one account and you have everything nailed down, this is probably the best time. Lean into the momentum of when things are good. So this is another thing that I see being a problem. When things are good, people don't like to make changes or jump to the next thing. When the best time to actually start to scale is when things are good. You don't want to wait until the house falls down to start thinking about, second stores, third stores, fourth stores, because then you're scrambling, then you're panicking, and you're not in the right mindset to actually do it. You're better at doing these things when you're in a good mindset and you're making money. And the money from your first store can support your second store or the staff or the software costs and all these things.